Hey folks, how you doing? Captain Mark here. Striped bass from the surf. Let's see how it's done. Alright folks, here we go, first fish. Gary right now is on the camera and it's not pretty. He can fish, but he sure as heck can't camera.
What?
Can't camera? Really? He can't film. Alright, that's what I mean. He can't be a cameraman. He needs work, let's put it that way. Alright, so this is me. I'm going to kind of talk my way through this fish right now. We're out here throwing fresh bunker out of his chunks. We'll get to that in a couple of seconds. But this is me onto the first fish. It's dark out there, as you can see. Alright, I promise you the footage is going to get a lot better with the next couple of fish when I'm filming. Alright, check it easy. Stay tuned. Here she is right here. Not a bad fish either. 20 pounder.
Mark's on right now with a nice bass. About to go get it.
Go get him. I'll get it.
Oh my goodness, this better get better.
You go ahead. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark. You're running.
Yeah, so is your mouth. It's the worst for the junkie coaches I ever saw. Sounds like he went for a swim.
Nice bass, Mark. Mark with a very nice. You lost him too. What? You in the side of the mouth. Not even the side of the mouth, the side of the gill. It's a fat fish.
Go right there on the beach. How you doing? Hold on.
Nice.
Alright folks, next we got Michael onto a fish right now. This is Michael's setup right here. He's using a basically a bait feeder. That's a bait feeder right there. Fishing pole with zero resistance. And then when he hooks it up, when he engages the reel, it locks up. Alright, so that's what we're doing. We have an 11-foot surf rod here. It's rated for 15 to 30 mono or 20 to 50 pound braid. Alright, that's what's on this is 50 pound braid. Why we use braid? Braid, in my opinion, you can cast a lot further on the surf. You have less diameter in the water, so now when you have a current which is running parallel to the shoreline which we're fishing right now, we're fishing a current, and I'm just not going to say where we're fishing because I can't, but we're fishing a current that kind of sweeps parallel to the beach here. So the less drag you have on that lateral sweep, the less walk you're going to have with your bait. All right, basically what we do is we're going to be casting a hair up current. Again, if the current is going this way, we're going to cast just a little hair up, and that bait's going to settle kind of perpendicular to the beach. Now perpendicular means straight out from the beach. If the beach is going this way, that means directly out. I'll give a little chart up here what perpendicular is. Some people, believe it or not, don't know what perpendicular is. Doesn't mean they're bad people, all right? Give it a break, all right? There's a lot of kids on here fishing. So we got 50 pound test on the reel, braid. We have a bait feeder reel, all right? We're gonna aim that rod out kind of towards the water for less drag, almost exactly like we do when we're chunking fresh bunker off the boat, right? It's the same concept, the same rig almost. The only differences, and the very key differences, is the leader here is much shorter, all right? This lead is very short. It's 2 feet tops, all right? Why is that? Because when you cast and you have to cast distance, you have like a pendulum effect here. And what happens is if it's too much, if the weight right now, in which I'm fishing 8 ounces right out of the gates. It's funny, when we got on the beach initially, one of the guys says, hey, they're using 8s around the point. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm going to use right out of the gates. And 8's a heavy weight now. Why is that important just to go to 8s? Surf casting has nothing to do with the weight on the circle, on the fish finder rig. If there's 1 ounce on this thing, it still doesn't make a difference. If there's 10 ounces on it, it still doesn't make a difference. All that does is it seats the weight in the sea floor, and the bait will just go through it regardless. It's just zero drag. So it has nothing to do with the fish picking up and he's tugging on 8 ounces weight. It has nothing to do with that because he's not, or she's not. That fish finder rig is designed to hold that line in place and let that fish take off with that bait without feeling any drag. That's what it's all about. The bait feed is open. Let me turn that on. This is what happens. Alright, so that's what happens. So it's not feeling the weight. The weight's basically just seated on the ground. Alright, I'll give you a close-up of this in a second. These guys are short leaders, again, 2 foot leaders tops. That's because you want this whole package very tight to fly in the pendulum. If it's not, it's just going to kind of, the sink is going to go and it's going to be followed by a whip bait, and the bait's going to kind of dislodge from the hook. The hook here is a 8-aught circle hook or a 9-aught circle hook. All right. Why do I use circle hooks? It doesn't hurt these fish. You know, if you use a J hook, you're going to have a tendency to gut hook these things and kill these fish. So I like it. I like the circles. I've been using them forever. I caught a million fish with them.
What a liar.
I knew you were going to say that. I didn't catch a million fish. I caught a lot of fish with these circle hooks. Real effective way to catch them fish. It's very simple to do. All right. Technique is we're going to cast this out as far as you can cast it out. Where these fish are, where you see this bunker, and you're going to let it sit on the sea floor. You're going to have the bail open for the bait feeder. And what's going to happen, that fish is going to take off. Bait feeder is disengaged. Lighten it up. This fish is going to take off like that. You're going to let it run, count to 5, and then you're just going to engage that. And there, you're locked in. Now the drag is good to go. All right, so that's it. It's that simple. All right, you want these fish to run. You're throwing big baits out there, big body baits or big head baits. What I'll do is I'll take the head and I'll give it a little more in the head and take a piece of the body too, and make sure the guts, especially if these are big fish, I'll throw a big head bait. And that's what we did. We did very well. Now, important to know that there's two things that you're going to know about your terminal tackle here. This is 60 pound, and I don't care. I use monofilament. It just doesn't make a difference to me when we throw bait. All right, it's a 60 pound monofilament. People are going to say use fluorocarbon. Go use fluorocarbon. I don't care what you do. But that's what I'm using. This is 60 pound monofilament. These fish are not line shot when they're picking up bait. They're just not. At least in my experience. All right, this is key. This is important here. This is called a fish finder rig for braid. It's thick. It's concave here. And what happens is it doesn't give any friction against this line. If you use an old school fish finder rig, two things are going to happen, and it's a fact of life. Two bad things are going to happen. And what's going to happen is either that braid now is going to wear through that like a razor, wear through that very thin shell of that normal fish finder rig that you use for monofilament, and as you cast, the friction is going to go right through the sinker, through the plastic, and it's going to dislodge that sinker, and it's it's gone. All right. Or the other thing, the abrasive pointiness of that plastic is going to give abrasion to this monofilament, no matter what it is, and eventually it's going to fail, and you're going to cast it, and everything's going to go. All right. The barrel and the bait and everything, you're going to lose everything. You stand there with just a piece of braid in your hand. All right, so that's the key. You have to get these things. Again, I'll give you a close-up of these fish finder rigs. They're thick, they're designed for braid, they're concave, so there's no abrasion. They kind of go through there smoothly no matter what the angle is, and that's key when you're setting up for chunking on bait with braid. All right, very simple. Fish finder rig, a big barrel, short leader, circle hook. Don't be afraid to use a bigger weight. And the 8 sits on the seafloor much nicer. It holds that bait in place, and it lets this thing do what it needs to do. Again, opening the bait feeder, and that's what we're doing. This thing is, I leave, you know, when people put these rod holders like this, I angle my rod at the beach, and it gives it much less drag. That fish takes off, you know he's there, you hear it on it, and you lock it in, set it up. Now, just a way to set up a circle hook here, something food for thought here, is that you have this fish now, you know it's running with the current or wherever it's going. You're going to see that bait taking off. It's going to be going down current. You just want to put the rod tip in the opposite direction of that fish. So if that fish is going that way, your rod tip is going that way, right? You want to pull against that fish. You want that rod, you want that circle hook to go against him. You don't want to go with him the same direction and pull in the, you know, when you want to lock in and start reeling that circle hook. Again, you're not setting the hook, you're just kind of rocking it. You go in the opposite direction, just reel until you feel weight, then you have the fish hooked up. All right, now there's another setup. Garrett right now is using a Siegler SM. That's a surf model. We don't have that, so that's why we're using the bait feeders. The Siegler SM is the same thing. What you're going to do is you're going to open that bail, then click her on. The same technique. You're going to let that fish run, get to that rod, and then give it a couple of seconds, same hook set. That fish is going that way, you just want to turn that rod the opposite direction and just reel. And as that rod loads, then you go and fish the fish. All right, so it's very simple. All right, fish goes that way, rod tip goes that way, just to kind of pull that hook back in the circle hook. And then you're gonna, as you load that rod, you're gonna bring it back up and fight the fish that way. All right, that's basically it in a nutshell. All right. Oh yeah. He's got his minus cap on. Do you want to turn it off? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you want to get this fish room?
Oh, nice. Close yet? Not yet. It's decent.
Look at the audience.
Oh yeah.
What do you got?
We are in, I think we're in Hempstead Lake, right? Porgy, bluegill fishing. We're not giving up this spot.
Because I will get killed. One of my friends see the episode.
Hempstead Lake, right?
I get killed.
Twin Lakes and Wantua.
Valley Stream State Park.
All right, Garrett's going out there for this fish and flesh. Pull that baby up.
Not as big as Mark, but not bad.
Come on, come on. Hold it, Rob. These are healthy fish. They're all of them are healthy. They are healthy fish.
I cannot believe there's this many fish in Hoboken.
Hoboken, where is that? Maryland? Nobody's gonna find out. I let him eat it.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's right here.
He ate well. He ate well in Hoboken.
Shawnee boy, I apologize.
Oh, he's kissing it.
You always gotta kiss the first bass of the year. Bleed him. All right, folks. Garrett had a little pressure on him. Garrett boys had a couple of fish under their belt, and Garrett was cold right now. Sets into a really nice fish here.
What?
Is it fighting like a carp or? Oh yeah, baby.
You might have a
Hempstead Lake is hot tonight.
winner.
Oh, we got a winner. He's calling winner.
Central Park West.
You had a lot of pressure. Tell about the pressure you had when the Gary boy said fishing the boat.
Yeah.
Listen,
You did not want to go
pressure-
home with that.
listen.
Yeah, you.
The
That'd be
pressure
a
got
long
strong.
ride. That'd be a long ride from Hempstead Lake to Valley
I had
Street.
the f***ing reserve to
You know,
Bud Light came through, baby.
you know
The Bud Light came through, baby.
yeah,
exactly.
You
You see that?
This is a good fish here. This is a real good fish.
You know what? Walk it back.
Mikey, you gonna lose it at the water?
It's coming your way, man.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, shining in the.
Let's see it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is the winner.
All right,
That's the
cut
winner
the
so
line.
far.
Let's see. There he is.
Oh yeah. Lift it up. Hey.
Oh, big girl.
That's a big girl.
That's a nice fish.
That's a big girl, baby.
That's a big girl.
Holy bass, baby. That's how we do it.
That's a 25 pounder.
That's a big girl right there.
Took a nice fresh bunker right there.
What's he say about
Let me
that
get a nice
catch?
picture of it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, come on, let me know when you got it.
I got it.
Nice fish.
Wait 1 second. Let me get her. There we go.
Ah,
Oh,
got it.
nice.
Perfect.
Nice fish.
Very nice.
You on? Fish on?
Fish on.
Go, look.
Fish on.
In the rain. Camera in the lake.
In the rain, baby. In the rain. Vampire Slayer.
Yo, bro. It was like a fat with that jacket. Oh yeah. There's a deli right next to the Hempstead Lake where we get these. $12.99 for an 18 pack. It's right on the corner of Main and Kennedy. You good. Get these cheap. What's that? You know exactly what that is. The old con shout out. Who is it today? Dennis. Dennis is doing the old how you doing over the back flip shot picture right now. Alright? Of his fluke he caught in last August. The reason this is going to be the con shout out, Dennis makes a perfect example. We're coming into fluke season right now, alright? That's why it's the con shout out this week. Alright? Caught this thing over in Ambrose Channel in 40 feet of water using a bucktail and a gulp swing mullet. Alright? I dig the freaking backwards job he's doing on this thing. It's like, hey, how you doing, ladies? I got to keep working over here. That's his technique. Con shout out of the week, Dennis from Ambrose Channel. Gets a dish, man, much. Alright, congratulations, Dennis. Hey, folks, thanks for watching Kid Coach Cheese Outdoors. Our views are skyrocketing right now. 85,000 independent, individual, unique views, fishermen, every 28 days. 85,000. That's ridiculous, alright? I have to thank you for that. The Kid Coach Cheese Outdoors audience, the con, is strong.
Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
May the force be with you too. Thank you. Darth Vader jumping in on the gun. Alright, thanks for watching. You got an opportunity, subscribe. I always get this wrong. Subscribe, like, do that. If you guys want to join us on Instagram, right here. Let me throw a little fire onto there too. How you doing? And that's it, alright? Thanks for watching Kid Coach Cheese Outdoors. Subscribe, like, comment below if you want to comment, alright? Shake it easy. Go get some fish off the beach.
Hey folks, thanks for watching Kid Coach Cheese Outdoors. If you got an opportunity, subscribe and like if you like. Get some fish. Hope you guys didn't take offense to the Dummies part in the title there. Apparently somebody didn't quite get it.
Que essa dish.